guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with my scraps pile, and I just thought it was probably time to whittle this down, because obviously what's happening is, you know, it's growing and growing all the time. In fact, I've just spotted another couple of pieces here that probably could go in here. So it's growing all the time, and rather than let it overflow like the rest of my desk, I thought what I should do is every so often actually just whittle it down and, you know, make some things with the scraps that are in here. So I just thought I would switch the camera on and bring you guys along. I will probably just make some clusters and things like that, but, you know, maybe we'll make some other things as well. So I've got my stapler here, and yeah, I just thought let's come along and just make some bits and bobs, just to sort of get a bit of a handle on how much stuff that I'm going to actually have laying around in here otherwise. So this particular piece, I'm just going to tear this down like that. Okay, so I'm going to move this over slightly so it's, you know, I've got a bit more room to move, and we'll just tear some of this book page down. Now that might not be the best book page actually to use. So okay, let's do, oh look, I'm already struggling at the first couple of minutes of the video. Right, let's have a look. Well, I've got this paper, which actually probably goes quite nice with that. So let's just tear this down. These are my freebie background pages that I put on my website at Christmas time. So yeah, if you haven't, you know, got your set of these, then go over and grab them on my website. That's shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk. And let's see what we can do here. Not that. I wonder if we could use some of my little glue book favourites or something. They might make quite cute clusters. Actually, I'm not sure about that one, but let's have a look. So I've cut out some of these. Oh, we could have that strawberry on there. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, that's really cute. Really cute. So let's have that. Now, do I want to break that up a little bit with some doily? I think would be good. Because I think otherwise it's just all blending in a little bit too much. You know, although that paper went really nicely, it's actually like a little bit too similar. And actually maybe it's better like that. So let's just glue this down in the first instance, like that, and then a bit of glue here, like that, and then that strawberry. And then I might go through and sew these, I'm not sure. So we'll just have that there. Like that, and I could just, you know, tear this down actually a bit here, just like that. That's so cute, so cute. Do we want to have a bit of a number or anything on there? Oh, maybe not. Oh, actually it is quite cute. I mean, it's kind of bringing in a little bit more colour than I'd anticipated, but I mean, colour's good, isn't it? You know, it's nice using colour. Just see if we could just back that onto a bit of lace. Yeah, I'm trying to be quite disciplined because, you know, if I don't kind of keep on top of my scraps box now, what's going to happen is my scraps box is going to be literally, you know, flooding across the table. So, yeah, I must kind of try and be quite disciplined in using it, and you know, because otherwise it's just going to sit there and then it will only really get pulled out, you know, I don't know, every once in a while. So if I just go down or go through it every few weeks or months or days, or, you know, just whenever I think that the box is getting a little bit too full, then it will hopefully or it will hopefully kind of be a bit less, you know, full, a bit less kind of overwhelming. Well, a bit less overflowing, I guess, is really what I'm trying to say, because yeah, I mean, otherwise it's just going to turn out like every other thing, where it started out like a good idea and now it's got so huge it's you know, just taken over the whole desk, which of course that's not great, is it? So there's that little cluster. I mean, that's so cute, isn't it? So I might just go through that with the sewing machine, I'm not sure. So maybe just ink that up a bit. Like that. Oh, that's really cute, isn't it? Yeah, I really like it. Do I want to have any lace coming out underneath? Oh, that just finishes that off perfectly. So just put some lace here dangling out the edge. Yeah, so I thought we'd just make some clusters and, you know, maybe some snippets and things like that for your junk journals, just using some of these bits and pieces. So, you know, maybe you've got some scraps and things that you could make some snippets and clusters too. Do I want a little bit of bling? Because I just always love to have the bling, as you know, so just pop that down there. Okay. How cute is that? Gorgeous. Absolutely. Whoa! Absolutely gorgeous. Before I obviously yanked it off the desk. So that's that one. Right, I'm going to put them over there as I finish them. So we've got this one. I'm just going to switch my lamp off and just see how the lighting is. I think it's okay probably without the lamp actually today. Okay. So again, let's have it sort of there. I'm just going to tear this little bit off. Yeah, so I hope that everyone's having a good day. Maybe you are doing some crafting. I'm going to bin this piece because, you know, it's quite small. Yeah, I might even bin that one as well. Do I want to? Can I bring myself to? I'm going to bin that one because, of course, what was the purpose of keeping that in the first place? I have no idea. Right, let me glue this on. Yeah, so how's your scrap busting coming along if everyone's doing a little bit of scrap busting? If you're joining me on the Tidy Friday workshops and, you know, maybe you've got a scraps bin or box or tray going on. How's it coming along? Are you working with it? Are you doing anything with it? Are you leaving it? How's it all going? So we'll put that there, I think. Again, I'll just ink that up a little bit before gluing that down. Oops. Yeah, I just need to kind of keep on top of this because I can picture that very quickly this is going to get, you know, very out of control. So I just need to kind of keep my eye on it, really. You know, because actually as crafters, I mean, I just think our stuff accumulates very, very, very quickly, doesn't it? You know, it's easy to kind of think, oh, you know, that'll be fine for a few days. But actually, within literally a couple of projects, I think things get pretty, you know, pretty full on very quickly. So, you know, to just grab some stuff out and do it, you know, sort of as we go, I think it's not a bad thing. Actually, I'm just going to keep that out just in case I go with that. See what else I've got. Oh, that's quite nice on there. Oh, that's quite nice. So again, let me just ink that little book plate up. Yeah, I like that. So let's glue this down. So this is my ephemera box that I've been obviously also filling whilst we've been, you know, trying to get on top of things a little bit. And as you can see, it's pretty full now already. Right, let me just grab in a couple of brads just to put in my book plate. Are they the same size? Yeah. Couldn't see for a minute whether they were the same size or not. Let's grab my pokey tool, put my holes in my book plate. Okie dokie. There we go. I know that I've mentioned this before, I think, but I think it was Pam at the Paper Outpost. I saw her once do something, and she said she's, you know, surrounded by craft mess, stuff everywhere. And she said, oh, you know, I'm hoping I'm going to craft my way out of the mess. And I just loved her optimism. And I just thought, oh, that sounds so like me. I'm convinced I'm going to somehow craft my way out of this, you know, this mess that's everywhere. I mean, seriously, that's just not really going to be happening, is it? Because, you know, as soon as I get rid of one thing, I seem to accumulate something else. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's just like crazy thinking that I'm going to be able to do that. But it's nice to know that I'm not alone. She obviously is also living in the same world that I live in, thinking that somehow she's going to work her way through it. And actually, you know, through the Tidy Fridays, you know, lots of people have kind of said things that I thought, well, that's, you know, that's exactly right. And that's exactly what happens is, you know, I think as crafters, what happens is we see these new products, we see these, you know, other people try things. And, you know, we, of course, want to then, you know, get in on the act and sort of try things as well. And, you know, then we find we don't necessarily use things again. You know, we might just use them once or twice. Or we try out different crafts until you find the craft that you really love. And, I mean, for me, definitely paper crafting is, you know, is the thing I love. I mean, I can't really say that I've tried loads of other things, but I mean, certainly I have tried things like knitting and crochet, and definitely that's not for me. Oh, do I want some bling? But, you know, all these things, then you end up buying all these things for this other craft that you're going to try. I quite like that without a bit of bling, actually, so put that there. Yeah, and it all just results in buying more stuff, which, of course, results in having more things laying around. So that's kind of, I think, what's happened, you know, a lot of the time. Let's just use up some of this. That's what seems to have happened a lot of the time is, you know, we've tried other crafts and, you know, bought all the things to use for that other craft. And then, you know, sometimes we don't really even then do that other craft for long, but, you know, you've had to buy all the stuff. And then, of course, you're not going to just chuck it out, are you? Because, you know, that would just be a horrible waste. So, it just kind of all builds up, and before you know it, you've just got all this mess everywhere. Well, that's my experience, but right. Oh, I might just have that on there, actually. It's kind of nice. Yeah, so I think that's kind of what happens. And, you know, it's just so shocking because the stuff really does mount up very, very quickly. And I think the other thing that happens is with crafting, a little bit of stuff, you know, be that, I don't know, fabric or paper or stamps or, I don't know, lace, a little bit goes a very long way, you know, because we're making tiny things, aren't we? You know, even my ginormous things, they're still quite tiny in the scheme of things. So, of course, you know, tiny things, and you buy like maybe a meter of something, or, you know, however you buy things. And so, of course, that's going to last you for absolutely ages. And, you know, actually the chances are often you don't even then end up using the whole thing. You know, you might only use some of whatever it is that you've bought. So, yeah, I kind of think that's really how it seems to be, is just, you know, that these things mount up on you, and then you don't really kind of ever get to use them all, do you? And, you know, you might then discover they're not really the craft for you, but of course you've bought all the stuff. So, you know, it would seem horribly wasteful to just chuck things out at that point. So then you might keep things and, well, so it goes on. Just having a look, because I've got a couple of those Tim Holtz paper dolls. I could do like a cluster with them, I guess. Not sure as I really want to. I wonder if I've got some tickets. Oh, I've got, no, not that. Ah, and I've got a ticket there, so I quite like that. Let me just punch that little hole out. I'll just ink this ticket up a bit. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just trying to make a little bit more effort to be conscious of that fact that, you know, this stuff is accumulating all around me, and, you know, just every so often kind of go through things and just try and use a few things up, because, you know, without doing that every so often, I'm just going to never get my stuff clear, which, you know, I am obviously making a conscious effort to do, especially whilst we're, you know, doing the Tidy Fridays. I'm making a big effort. Right. Now, thinking, do I want some sort of flower or something on this? It's looking quite colourless and drab. I'm not overly liking it. Let's just pull in. Oh, I have got that bunny. Oh, the bunny's kind of cute on there, isn't it? Oh, I might just have the bunny on there. Just pop that down. Oh, I just realised I hadn't glued my doily down. So I'd best do that now. Oops. Stamp now. And the ticket. Okie dokie. And now the bunny. Okay. Just going to put that bunny there. Super cute. And then again, should we just have a little bit of lace or something? Just maybe hanging off the bottom or something. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. So I'm just going to chop that down. Just then, oops. Just put that glue straight onto there. Oh, come on. Again, I couldn't really see whether that was even coming out, so let's just hope it was. Yeah, it must have been, because it's stuck onto there. So it must have been coming out. Oops. Okay. Yay! Oh, that's so cute. I might just have to tear this down a bit, because otherwise it looked a bit like it was kind of forming a circle. So yeah, I've just taken that off and that looks better now. So those ones. Right. Let's have a look and see what else we've got, because, you know, we might actually sort of want to do other things, mightn't we? I mean, I have got some scraps here, like, you know, coloured papers and things like that. So perhaps we'll do like a couple of flippy pads or something. Let's just see what else we've got in the way of these kind of papers. Okay. Oh, quite a bit actually. Oh, quite a bit, because there's, wow, more. Oops, an actual page there. See, I mean, you know, this box has only been going a few weeks, but already it's, you know, taking on a chaotic feel. So yeah, definitely this is good practice to, you know, to have a look and to just use some bits and bobs up, isn't it? Right, what's this? Oh, okay, so we've got a page there. Can't help but think that's rather cute on there. That is really quite cute on there. Let me see what else I've got in here. Oh, I've got a pocket, so that doesn't belong in there. Oh, well, that's quite good, because I'm going through this and actually some of these things can even go straight away. I'm just wondering whether, let me just have a look. I was wondering whether to just do like a paper clip or something with this, because that would be quite cute, wouldn't it? Or we could just do like a, let's just fold that over and we'll just do like a little pad, I think, actually. So what I might do is, yep, scrap that idea, keep the clusters, because again, I'm trying to use the things from my box rather than, you know, because if I just use these, I haven't really used very much from the box at all. So yeah, that's probably not the best idea. So let's do some stuff straight on here. So this can be then just a little flippy sort of fold out piece. So we could have this one here. And then what else is on here? Okay, I've got some of my Florentine kit here from something else that I did. Okay, take that down. So we could have her there. She's quite nice, isn't she? Now, what shall I have in the back of her? Let's just see what else I've got. I mean, again, would be really great to use some of these papers, whether I've not, you know, whether or not I've got the right papers is another thing altogether. Nope. Well, what about that or that? Or, oops, oh, see, when I delve into this box, there's actually a ton of stuff here. And actually the bottom pieces are quite small and quite, you know, well thought out scraps. And it's the top pieces that I've obviously got carried away. The longer I've had the box, the more, you know, chaotic my methods have got, obviously, with using it. So, right, don't want to use that. Let's see. Okay, so I have this. That's really good. Let's just tear that down. Okay. Okay, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I'm just going to glue this down here. Oh, come on, glue. What is going on? Okie doke. Right, put that down. And try and get it quite close to the edges, I think. Okay, and now the doily piece, I want sort of more to the side. I don't want it looking too, you know, too rigid, like I've got then a thing at each corner. Don't want that sort of look going on. Well, it's clouding over, going grey, going dark. It looks like it's about to rain. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? That was my hot glue gun just dropped on the floor. Yep. Okay, right. Picked all that stuff up. We've got this here. Now, shall we have something else? I mean, we've also got some of this bluey green doily. I don't know whether this would look really weird to have like two different doily types. Well, it looks quite pretty actually. I've never done that before. Never put two different doily types down. I know it's not really like really exciting, but to me that's quite exciting because that's something I've just not ever done before. Okay. Okie dokie. Might just ink her up a little bit before putting her on. Just want something down here. Now, again, do I have anything actually in the box? Or am I having to get something out of my... I've got this, which is kind of like a piece from a ticket. And actually I can barely even see whether it's the right way or the wrong way up. That's quite nice, isn't it? So that's another scrap out of the of the box. I mean, you know, do you see the size of this? Like, I mean, I feel really excited that I've pulled this out of the box and I've used it. But I mean, really, in the scheme of things, it's like, you know, 2 centimetres by 1 centimetre. So I doubt very much it's going to make much of a difference in how much my box is kind of overflowing across the desk, really. Well, it's not overflowing across the desk because, of course, I've kept it in that little craft trolley that I picked up from Hobbycraft. But it's certainly flowing over there. So, right, I'm just going to round these corners because that just makes it look a bit more, you know, like it's an intentional piece rather than just, you know, cobbled together out of a scrap. And I just go around the edge with some ink. Okie dokie. And then just having a look again, just seeing whether I've got anything that I could punch a rose, not a rose, sorry, a butterfly in a sort of more darker colour. Oh, you see, I mean, I love those spots. And I've probably been hoarding that piece of paper because of those spots, which, what on earth is wrong with me? So let's just take that brown butterfly. Yep, more things just toppling off my desk. Sorry about that, guys. And yeah, it's quite nice having sort of a little bit of contrast on there because otherwise it looks quite a pale, well, not pale. I mean, it's not pale, is it? But, you know, and it's not colourless. That's not the right word either, but it just sort of brightens it up slightly having the brown on there. Or, you know, just makes it stand out more. Not really brightening it up, but making it stand out a little bit more. And then I've just got this little tiny scrap of lace, which, you know, that lace is just kind of hanging around on the desk, to be honest. So let's just get that on there because that's another thing then that I've used up. So just then pop that down here like that. Oops. Okay, and then let's just have a bit of bling there, just finishing that off, I think. Yeah. Doesn't that look just so pretty? And I mean, that's just literally made with scraps, you know, but it makes a lovely piece, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's that piece. And actually what we could do is, obviously we've got some scraps that are in this sort of colour. So this is some from obviously a doily page, you know, like the centre that's not the doily, if you see what I mean. So let's cut that down. Okay, and you see, I would use this, but this is white on the other side, which then that's a bit sort of stark, you know, looking. So I'd prefer probably to use the pieces that are, you know, my food coloured papers, not that one. That one's a bit green. Oh, that's annoying. Ah, here we go. I can just mix it with this. So what we'll do is we'll just do that, staple those together. Like that. Chop those down. Okay. Then I'll just tear this one up here so as you can see that pretty green beneath. And then we'll just tear this down just a little bit. I'll have to tear the green a bit more now. Okay, so we've just made a little sort of flippy pad to put in there. And I'm just going to, again, just ink that up a little bit so it's a bit darker. Okay. You can just pop that in there like that. And we'll just hot glue that in. Okay, like that. And then again, across the top here, you know, I often do use lace, but to be honest, what we could do is just use a little bit of this bluey green paper, because again, you know, that's just using up some more scraps, which is quite a good idea. Let's make that a bit thinner. Okay. And just then pop that down like that. Just across that top piece. Again, just ink that up a little bit. Okay, so that's that. That looks pretty. So that's a few little pieces that we've done. Let's have a look and see what else we've got there, what else we could do. Let me just check the time. Oh my gosh, I can't really see. I think it's 30 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. Right, let's have a look. I'm thinking we could make a snippet roll because, you know, that would be quite a good way to use up quite a bit, wouldn't it? So let's just bring in some book page and we can just chop that down. Like that. Okay. So we'll just glue a couple of these together. Like that. Okay. Just move that along a little bit. Right, so let's try and get rid of some of these pieces. So let's just tear this down. Oh, this was double-sided, look. So we'll start with some of this, like where the actual flowers are, I think. We'll put this down on here. Oh, look, I've got... Right. I thought, oh, I've got loads of book pages there stacked up. No, it was just the one. Right, like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is go along and just pop this down like randomly along here. Again, just kind of using those big flower pieces, I think. Like that. We've got a small piece here, so we could just have that somewhere. Maybe there. Come on, glue. Okay, just have that on there. And I'll bin this. But again, just probably just tear out this tiny flower here. Yeah, I mean, it's quite good to use these pieces because these are obviously the bigger pieces that I have, you know, when I've begun to become a bit unruly with my box. So it's quite good to get rid of some of these big pieces because, yeah, clearly I kind of forgot the whole concept of keeping a small scraps box. And they started obviously getting bigger and bigger when I was leaving the scraps in there. So it's quite good to use some of these big pieces. Otherwise they're just kind of taking over the box and I can't really even see what's in there then. So there we go. Okay, so I'll just put that in there. Doesn't really matter that it's got this edge, but I will tear this edge off actually. Put that like that, I think. Okay. And let's use the rest of this because then, you know, this is the whole scrap has gone then. Okay, tear this one down here. Yeah, I think this is something I'm going to have to do actually from time to time. I hadn't really kind of factored this in at all ever before, but I think just it's worth every, you know, few weeks or however long it takes for the box to be looking like it's going to explode. is just literally take my scraps and make some bits from them, because that would just keep, you know, keep them down a little bit. Keep them from getting too out of control, which, you know, they are obviously in danger of doing if I don't do that from time to time. And that's how everything gets so messy in the first place, isn't it? So, okay. Right, I'm going to bin this because there's not a great deal left. And obviously there's a temptation for me to now tear these out. But, you know, I mustn't be ridiculous because, you know, that's just why I've got this problem in the first place with scraps everywhere. It's from being ridiculous. Okay. Right, so let's just have this, I think, here. So we've got a lot of this paper here along this, you know, what is going to be a snippet. But that's fine. You know, that's all good. Right, so let's start filling in some other little bits and bobs. That's massive on there, so I don't necessarily want that, but I could have this one here. Okie dokie, pop that in there. And I mean, some of my scraps are really because I've been printing my printables on, you know, copy paper rather than thick paper. And so they're just kind of like, whilst I've been printing them, trying to get them right. So, you know, it's really not a big deal to be now using them, you know, because they're not even on sort of nice quality paper or anything like that. They are just literally, you know, copy paper sort of scraps, really. So, yeah, it's a good thing, I think, to do this from time to time. There we go. Just have that one there. I've got some other ladies here, so just tear those out. Let's just tear the ladies out and then stick them down. So it's probably a more efficient way to do it, is just be tearing them out like this and then glue them all down rather than keep putting the paper down and picking it up, picking it down, picking it up, you know. So this lady here. Here. Okay, and then these, I mean, these are tiny. I don't know whether really they're even worth putting on here, but, you know, because this is now sort of off the page. But, I mean, actually she's, you know, she is more noticeable than I thought she might be. Okay. Right, okay, let's get rid of those. And obviously we've got these, you know, this blue, which we obviously used just now. So we could have some of this some places as well, just more like a filler. Like there we could have. Okay. Don't want her there. You see, because I've got that lilac number, it's a little bit throwing me off, but actually this one's not too bad there. So put her down. Okie dokie. There we go. Just stick her there. And we'll just move it along a little bit. Have this one here. Oh, thank you. Lovely, thanks. Oh, cup of tea there. Right, so that's less room now on my desk, but it's all in a good cause because we all need cups of tea, don't we? So just put that there. Right, let's have a look. It's always a bit tricky, these snippet rolls, because they don't really fit on your desk. They're, you know, they're quite big. Well, she's quite nice down there, so we'll just put her down there. Like that. Okay. And then this one, maybe we'll put her there. Okay. And I think what's quite interesting is these snippet rolls, to be honest, you know, I mean, it's probably looking really terrible at the moment, and who knows, it may stay looking terrible, but hopefully what happens is they just suddenly start to then come together, and, you know, they suddenly start to take shape and, you know, look quite nice. You know, hopefully that's going to be the case with this one, but I can see how at the moment it's just looking a bit weird, you know, with just random stuff along it. But yeah, hopefully it's going to just suddenly then all start to make sense and, you know, take shape. So just see whether I can put her down there, just like under there a bit. The only reason I'm keen to tuck her under is because she's got a straight edge. I didn't obviously tear her, you know, off at the edges, if that makes sense. So it's good to have her underneath there a little bit. So there we go. Right, then I've just got this little one, which we'll have her there. There or down. Let's have her up there. Okie dokie. Right, I have a bit of my tea. Okay. Oh, that's such a nice cup of tea. I am a bit of a tea monster, I have to say. I just love cups of tea. Okay. Right, pop that down. So a bit of blue. Looks pretty, doesn't it? So, and again, I mean, you know, by using this, we're now getting rid of some of this blue from the scraps as well, which is, you know, really good as well, isn't it? Just have this here or here. No, I'm going to have it down there. So, like that. Okay, and I have one last piece of the blue, so let's try and incorporate that somewhere else, because, you know, then that would be really great, because the blue is then, you know, gone completely, which, you know, that would be really great. I mean, actually, I'm not so sure, really. Could have it here, actually. Oh, I don't know. I might have to just leave these two little titchy scraps in that scraps box, because, you know, sometimes you can force things to go and, you know, force things on in places, and then they're not really going, and actually all that will happen then is the piece will turn out so horrible I won't ever really want to use it. So I've got some of my vintage adverts here. And obviously this is, you know, this is really nice because it's just text. So I might have some text here somewhere. So I'm thinking I might just tear that down a little bit and have that there. That's quite nice, isn't it? Okay. And then let's move it along again. Perhaps we could have that there. Or up there, or maybe like that. Oh, I don't know. Or maybe here. Yeah, that's better. And this one's on pretty thick card, so in contrast to those that are on the, you know, the copy paper, this is now like the other extreme altogether. It's really, really thick. So let me just finish my tea. Okay, I finished my tea, and I just grabbed in some other little bits and pieces from the scraps, you know, bin, just whilst I was putting my cup down. So again, I've got obviously the bottom of that vintage ads. Personally, I mean, I'm not that keen on having this flower, you know, mixed with these flowers. I don't know whether I would be able to make that work or not, you know, to a point where I would then feel happy with it. Yeah, I don't know whether I could. So let me just tear those flowers carefully off, because, you know, we may be able to incorporate them, but I'm not sure. So tear the ad off. So right, let's bring it back up this way again. Maybe have that. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe just have it here, I think. So I'm just going to tear those white edge pieces off, just because it's got quite a bit of white, you know, from like the core of the paper, quite a bit of that showing. So just then get rid of that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know about these flowers, so maybe able to use them. We'll just, you know, we'll just see. So what else have I got here that so I've got some of this gorgeous, you know, stamp book, which I just love this stamp book. So let's just tear a little bit of that out. I mean, it's quite nice there. The only thing is I've then got these weird bits there. Let me come back along. So perhaps I'll have these here, I think. Wonder if they would tuck under her. Yeah, let's just have them there. So let's just apply a bit of glue there and then some on here as well. Okay. Okie dokie, so that's some of the stamp book page. Could maybe have a little bit more. I mean, I can't see these stamps really. Honestly, my eyesight's just terrible these days. Okay. We'll perhaps have a couple here. They're quite nice, aren't they? Let's just have those up there. Okie dokie. Pop those there. And then do we want some more somewhere else? Just again tear these ones out. Just carefully like that. And I mean, that's quite nice there, isn't it? I would need to find obviously some other bits to fill that. So just, oh my gosh, look, just covered that woman's face up completely. So, yep, not that piece. Not that piece. That's like drowning her out completely. No, right, let me just tear this down. Right, let's just have a look. If I had that at an angle, oops, like that. That's a bit weird, isn't it? That's a bit weird. Maybe if I have it like that, like that. I'll just tear this down now. Again, I mean, that piece of paper is now shrinking before my eyes. I'll end up with none left. I've torn so much of it. Well, I quite like that. I just then would need to find something to fill in here. That's not too bad. Again, just bringing those flowers in randomly, just checking whether I would like them after all, but I'm still not sure. Okay. I mean, obviously I can fill in with other things, you know, like my numbers or the book plates or anything like that. I'm just trying to resist because I'm trying to use only really things from the scrap tray. But to be honest, what I might do is kind of get to a point where it's finished And then I can always go back and fill in little, oh sorry, I've just noticed I've got low battery, so I'm going to have to hurry up with this. Oh, I wonder how much longer I've got. Okay, let's get a move on before my battery does go. So okay, right, I'm going to just apologise in advance for just in case it clicks off, but I will try and keep my eye on it and you know, try and get it finished before it's clicking off. But yeah, that may be, it may be a tall order. Right, got here, and they lived happily ever after. That's quite nice, isn't it? Well, we could definitely have that somewhere. Yeah, so I'm going to have this here. Okay. So now we need something in here. No, not that, not that. Oh, come on. Oh. And this girl, she's not right, is she? So I've got quite a bit of texty type bits here. Let's have a bit of a look. Yeah, I might have to actually pull some other bits in, I think, from other things, but just before we do, let's just take this down. Well, that's quite nice there, isn't it? Or maybe there. Oh, perhaps it's better there. Okay. Right, okay. So we can have that there. Oops. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm rushing now, trying to beat the clock. Beat the clock. Okay, so that's on there. So in here, what could we have in here? Got this bit here with the date. So again, this, you know, this was some sort of misprints that I did with my vintage adverts. So, you know, they're on very thick paper, but I mean, actually, you know, that sometimes is a good thing. Right, let's have that there. Like that. So I need something in here. What shall I have in there? Perhaps a bit more blue. Let's just tear this down. And that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I quite like that because I can always put something over this, like a number or something like that. So we'll just put that down. Right, I'm just going to get rid of that low battery sign because I feel concerned that that's going to stop it from filming. Okay, right. Fingers crossed. We'll see now what happens. Okay, right, let's bin that. That's another little bit of scrap gone. So down here, I've got a little bit of sort of a dress, which let's just tear that off. No. Right, so I'm looking for a tiny piece that needs filling in. So up there would be good for this. And then, you know, I've got this sort of mess around there, but I can always, you know, trim that or get rid of that afterwards. So let's just go in there with that. Okay. Right. Oh, how much left have I got? I wish I could see how much time I actually had left on that camera. It's not very helpful to just tell you low battery mode, is it? And not actually then tell you how long you've actually got left, because that just gets you in a flat but not really telling you anything. So yeah, it's actually not very helpful. Oh, okay. So might have that on the end, or do we think it's a little bit too, you know, because these are 4 bits the same size, which, you know, I'm not so keen on that kind of look. So we could just have it more like that and then something smaller down there. So I'm not sure what. Let's have another look through the scraps bin. Okay. Let's just pull this in. No, it's not too bad. I mean, that is a departure from everything else that's on here. From, you know, a colour point of view, it's quite different. But I don't mind it, actually. So, you know, I mean, it is different, but I don't mind it. Or I'm just having a bit of a look through my rubbish carrier bag now. Because, of course, I have got some of this paper left. So, yeah, I had obviously screwed it up a little bit, but if I just tear this, I might, oh no, might be able to have that instead. I'm just kind of thinking from a continuity point of view, this is a better colour, isn't it? So, yeah, I might have to do that. So, let's pop that one down. Okay, right. No idea how long I've got left, I'm afraid. So, sort of seriously rushing this. I might call it quits after this piece, and we'll just kind of see what my bin's looking like now. My tray of scraps, I have to say, disappointingly not much different, but you know, it must be different because we have used quite a bit of stuff. So yeah, hopefully it's more different than it seems. So on this snippet roll that we've just made, I've obviously got a few bits that need filling in. I've got this piece here, this bit here, and this section here. And then it's, you know, it's pretty much done. So we've used up quite a bit of the scraps there. And it looks really nice. So that's what we've done there. Then we made this little, whoops, this little flippy booklet with my pin from the glue hung on it now. That's really pretty. And we made a couple of clusters there like that. Now my scrap bin, I mean, actually it does look quite a bit better, to be fair, because it was very, very overflowing, and now it's much more manageable. And a lot of these I can just make little booklets and things like that. So, you know, these would be gone straight away if I took that great big book page out. These are some more that could be made into sort of booklets. Then actually my tray looks pretty much, you know, pretty good actually now. So yeah, I just need to kind of make a few things with these strips, which, you know, they're easily made into booklets and things like that. And then my tray actually is a lot better. So that wasn't too bad. You know, we didn't spend too long doing it, and we've made, you know, some nice pieces to use, and we have got rid of a bunch of scraps. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it might have inspired you a little bit to, you know, do some bits and pieces on your scraps tray if you've got one. And I hope that you'll join me on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks then. Bye.